I thought for 45 minutes we were incredible. I thought for 45 minutes, probably the best 45 minutes of football we've played in about 3 or 4 years here. We looked high intensity. We looked really aggressive with and without the ball. We had 5, 6, 7 chances. We didn't put them away. We have to be, I say, same as what I said the last two weeks. We have to execute better. And we allow Portland to come back into the game. And I think in the second half, we just looked a little bit... I think we got to show a little bit more leadership and a little bit more control of the game. We were playing up against a good team with good front line. And I just thought for 25 minutes, we need to be a little bit braver, play a little bit more with the ball, play our style and control the game. But like I say, I think for 45 minutes, we were excellent.
John?
Nick, despite the result, I thought that Hannes Wolf and Andres Pereira both had excellent performances. Can you just talk about how they played today and how key they're going to be going forward to get things turned around in the midfield? We know how good Andres is when he came here last year, but also to have Hannes in there, a player of his quality. Just talk about how they played today.
I think what Andres Pereira and Hannes Wolf bring is they're very aggressive, very dynamic football players. So you can see in the first half that when they're getting about, winning the ball back, running forwards, they bring real dynamism to our play, and we want to be a team that plays high intensity and aggressive. The first half is exactly the way I want the team to play. I don't think we brought enough of that in the second half, and when you allow players like Evander and Anthony and these guys time on the ball, they're going to create moments. So I thought they play well for 45 minutes.
John and then Mark.
Hey, Coach. So, like you said, first half came out very strong. Second half, Portland got back into the game. What exactly, happened at that halftime interval? Was there any tactical changes that were tried to make in the second half, or was it more of a mentality issue in the second half?
Yeah, no, we didn't make any tactical changes in the first half. I asked the team to play more. I think you can see the ability of our team to be direct with Munsef when Burke is putting that one down the side. We get goal chances from it, but if we don't get goal chances from it, it opens the game up. That's why we don't play those long balls frequently. So I asked the team to play more, and I don't think we played enough. I don't think we played enough with Andres Pereira and Keaton Parks. I think you can see we miss James Sands in them moments because he links the game and demands the ball and shows a real leadership in that moment. So the tactical changes came throughout the second half to try and gain control of the game.
Gotcha.
Mark?
Hey, Coach. Clearly, Munsef struggled to find his feet today. 5 shots on target, but no goals for him. Still no goals for him this season. Do you have any thoughts or concerns on his performance today? And could we expect to see some more significant minutes for Mijatovic going forward?
You can expect to see minutes for Mijatovic because we brought him as an important player here. How we fit him into the team will dictate and depend on performances. Munsef is really aggressive runner. You can see the problems that he causes, but he has to finish his chances. If you're going to be a clinical forward in this league, you have to finish your chances, and we saw that with a guy like Tati over the evolution of him in the league. Remember, Munsef hasn't had a full season in the league yet, and we signed him from the Croatian league, and so he's adapting to MLS. I think his ability to be a dangerous player in the league is improving consistently, but I will consistently push him on putting the ball in the goal because the second goal today gives us the ability to go on and really control the game. We've seen this, this moment too often where we have to kill in this moment, and it gives us the real control in the game and the cushion to go forward.
Alec and then Perry.
Hey, Coach. Just out of curiosity, obviously because of how polarizing both halves were, did you notice anything that Portland was doing differently just coming out of halftime? Any tactical changes that they specifically made to adjust for what seemed like a pretty intense press in the first half?
No, I just don't think we showed the intensity that we showed in the first half. I think when you give the likes of Anthony and Evander and these guys space, they can make moments, and we weren't intense enough in those moments, especially when the ball's coming into the midfield with Keaton Parks and Andres Pereira. We've got to be. That's why we put Justin Hack in to get more competition, get more competitive in the middle of the field, because I actually don't think the game was overly tactical. I think when we pushed them back and put them under pressure, they kicked the ball long. But when we sat and we weren't aggressive and we were a little bit passive, they play through us. And we're not at our best when we do that. You can see it in the first or the second half. We're not a team that plays passive and waits and plays on counter-attack. We don't do that very well. So we have to get on the front foot and go and win the ball. And we didn't do it enough in the second half.
Perry?
In the back, Coach. On a positive note, despite the rain, 24 plus thousand out here to support you for the home opener, got crazy and, did get the first goal of the season. Can you talk about the atmosphere that you felt in the home opener, especially after that first goal?
The atmosphere was incredible. I think I said all week to the players, and I said today before the game, we create the atmosphere ourselves. Our fans are a special group of fans, and we know that when we play on the front foot and we play with intensity, that they're behind us, and we hear them, and it almost goes hand in glove together. You've seen that in the first half. We put the second and third goal in the first half, and everyone enjoys the whole 90 minutes. We go flat and we go passive and we sit off, which is not us, and is definitely not dictated by me, is when the atmosphere starts to go a little bit and people want to see us on the front foot. It's not us. It's not our identity. So amazing experience again to be in front of our fans, in front of our special fans for the first 45 minutes. But we have to give them something to cheer about for 90 minutes. We know that. We're realistic. I'm a realist.
And quick follow-up. What can you do to get that first 45 minutes for the whole 90 minutes? I mean, what is the missing ingredient here?
I think it's twofold. I think it's number one is we have to continue to develop the new and the younger talent that we have to understand the moments and how to play in them and how to absorb the pressure and how to consistently put intensity into the game. That's the first thing. The likes of Mijatovic and Fernandez and these type of guys. Real talented potential players that are going to be incredible for the future. The other side is demand the leadership from the likes of Keaton Parks, Thiago Martins, Burke, Risa, Andres Pereira, these guys that have been in the league, that understand this. At halftime, Portland aren't going to come out and just play through the 45 minutes. It's 1-0. They're in a game. We have to show the leadership to rip back the control of the game and move forwards. That's been our real unique characteristic over our championship years. That even when we're under pressure here, we go and get the second goal and we go on the front foot. And we had moments today, not enough of them, to the point where we can see the first goal and then the second goal is the sucker punch at the end. So we have to grow as a team. However this team moves forward, it has to grow together because, there's 11 guys out in the field and you put 5 in. And once that ball rolls, you have to go get control of the game and go win. And some win and some lose. And I know what team I want. And I know what team we'll have. So, yeah, it feels really painful. Yeah, it feels really disappointing. But you know what? It's a real moment to learn and move forwards because this group is a new group and it has to continue to move forwards together to become a championship winning team.
Final two would go with Leo and then Javier.
Coach right here, thank you for your time. Obviously, it's really early in the season, 3 games in, but especially today, there were some remnants of an underlying theme from last season where you guys start off strong and kind of let these opposite teams get away with easy wins almost, just from late goals and such. From your side of things, is there any frustration from your end and from the players who have been here with this looking to be something that is always occurring, and what can you do to change that as you go through with this season?
There is an incredible amount of frustration that this happens in our stadium in front of our fans. I can guarantee whoever you ask that they care, and that in that dressing room there is like the last game of the season when we missed the playoff. It's completely dead because the guys want to win and want to play a style of football that goes, entertains, and wins football games. But we have to learn from this. You can't just want to be the team that you used to be based on the fact that you used to be this team that had maybe 900 games in it, and then you are now this team through the structure of the league that has this many games in. You can't be that team just because you want to. You have to go through the processes and the journey and the highs and the lows of really fighting and coming together and learning. And then you can become a championship team. You can't just be a team because you want to be. And we're going through that process, and it's super painful. But if we'd have won today, and we'd have scored the 3 goals in the first half, and everyone says, oh, it's amazing, you are incredible in the first half, and then the second half fizzles out, I'd still think the same way. I'd still look at it and think, why did they have counter-attack in the first half that went to a chance? Why didn't we do... We would analyse the game logically through the process. But I understand we all want to win, because winning is in our DNA, and in mine too. This is the first time I've been through this process as well, by the way. I'm used to winning a lot of football games. whether it be here as the assistant, in my previous job over the last 15 years. So we have to go together and learn and not throw the baby out the bath. But you have to go through why, how, move forward. And you will do that as a team. And then you will have players like Julian Fernandez and Mijatovic and Munsef Bakara, 21, 22, 23-year-olds that grow into 24, 25, 26-year-olds. And then you become a championship winning team because you've gone through the process of learning. In this moment now, it's the most painful moment in the world ever. Because you have to eat it and you have to feel it and you have to hear it. I'm not stupid. But I understand when I go into the locker room and I go in front of the leaders and I go in front of the training ground on Monday, everybody will have an incredible desire to want to fix this. And at the moment that I look around the locker room and there's 3, 4, 5 or 6 guys and I look in their eyes and they don't believe in me or they don't believe in this process, I'm a realist. I'll go, okay, no problem. But while I look and the team is right there and we're fighting, I'm going to give them everything I've got to teach them and to support them and to challenge them in becoming a winning team. Because like I said, first half, 45 minutes here was incredible. Second half, not good enough. We'll go through that process of how we become better.
Hey coach. So you mentioned hearing the fans. You clearly hear them. Sorry, right here. How accountable do you feel for the results these last 3 games?
150,000% because I'm the leader and I'm 100% responsible for them. And I'll tell David Lee and Brad Sims as well. I'm responsible for this because I lead it. But I'm also responsible for the growth and the improvement and the positives parts of it. What I do is look at it logically. And I look at why is this happening and how do we improve it and what are the steps forward to improve it. I am 100% confident and content in my ability to lead this team. And I'm 100% confident in the progression of this team. I'm also 100% disappointed and frustrated in the results. And I understand everyone deserves an opinion. And everyone deserves, the fans are the most important part of this football club. So when I hear it, it hurts me, but I accept it, and it makes me work even harder to make sure I put it right. Because if we were being dominated by teams and losing, we were the best team against Charlotte, but we lost by a set play, and that's not good enough. But we need to score goals. Against St. Louis, we compete for 70 minutes against a difficult team. We didn't make good enough decisions in the final third. I accept that. And I have to work at it. Today, for 45 minutes, we were brilliant. And we have to go back and look at why the second 45 minutes, we didn't go on and go 2-0 up. Because that's what we do here. All I can do is continue to work hard, continue to fight, and continue to improve this team. And like I said, when I turn around and I see the team right behind me, that gives me real confidence that we're going to move forward and improve.
It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.